And so we asked someone from Santee Lakes to come and talk to us a little bit about his operation. So we want to welcome to Rod and Reel Radio the Chief of Operations for Santee Lakes, Johnathan Skinner. Johnathan, welcome to the show.
How you doing there, Big John Cassidy?
Hey, we are doing great. Also, you got Stan Vandenberg and Wendy Toshihar on. Johnathan, Santee Lakes, a lot of people don't know what the Santee Lakes is. Is it, a backwater of the San Diego River? Is it a pond? Is it a place that is, fed by rainwater? What's the story on Santee Lakes? And give us a little bit about the background of the lakes.
Well, I'll be happy to, John. And first of all, Stan and Wendy, how you guys doing? I'm glad to be on the radio with you. We started about 53 years ago. Basically, it was a place to put recycled water. Recreation wasn't even part of the equation at the time. We were working with the San Diego water basin to take our recycled water and take it out to the sea. Well, we decided back then is we're going to start using it for recreational purposes. So the lakes came about as an opportunity to use recycled water, and then recreation came after that. So what happens is we have the Roy Stoyer recycle plant, which is about 3 miles up the road. They recycle all the wastewater, make it 99% pure, and it's gravity-fed down to our lakes. We have 7 lakes that we stock with catfish and trout, and we have year-round recreation that is, I think is the best in town.
When you talk about the Santee Lakes now, you run a little bit different operation than the county lakes or the city lakes. And give us an idea of how the Santee Lakes differ from those operations.
Well, we're totally self-sustaining. So basically the only way that we operate is the money that comes in through our gate or day use and also through our campground. We have an expansive campground with 300 sites. We just opened up 10 cabins about 2 years ago. And our day use is heavily used. We have about 650,000 of our closest friends visiting us every year. And so all that money that we generate helps us to operate. We don't receive any taxpayer money or ratepayer money from people who use our water or sewer.
So I'm going to imagine then you are like a lot of the other private-run organizations that when it comes to going out and let's say right now trout, you don't necessarily depend on the Department of Fish and Game to bring trout. You get an opportunity to go out and maybe shop for some trout that are really aggressive and super fun for the fishermen to catch.
Oh, yes, sir. We actually, Greg Even is our trout man, our fish man. He goes out and does a lot of competitive bidding. We get it from outside of Santee. We basically stock trout and catfish 37,000 pounds a year. So we had our opening on November 2nd and 3rd. We put in the first, our opener, we put in about 2,500 pounds of fish. We had some trophy ones out there. That weekend, they were catching them between 8 and 9 pounds. Some smaller ones, but some 8 and 9 pounders. This last week, we've had some 10 pounders as well.
And you have a special premium that you're offering also for fishermen that happen to catch a fish that's over 5 pounds, don't you?
Yeah, what we do with that is if it's over 5 pounds, they're put into a contest for a TV that we have at the end of the season. But you were asking, John, about how we do our program here. Since we're self-sustaining and we're our own aquaculture, we only charge you for the permit to fish here, so you don't have to have a California permit to fish at Santee Lakes. It's $6 for youth, which is 6 to 15 and a half, if you will, and then 16 and over is $9.
Wow, that's a great deal because so many times here at Angler's Arsenal, you have people come in and saying, hey, I've got my brother coming in from Michigan. He's only going to be here for 3 days, and the cost of a license, and I don't know what day we're going to be able to fish or anything else like that. They can go to somewhere like Santee Lakes, and they just pay the fee to get in, and they can be trout fishing, they can be cat fishing, they can be bass fishing, they can fish for panfish. It's all there. So,
oh yeah, and one of the things that we also have, I mentioned our campground area. We have a lot of anglers who come in and they know when our different seasons start, so they'll come camping with us for a couple of days, a day before, during the weekend, and then stay a day after, and it makes a great, as we call them, staycations here in Santee.
Yeah, Wendy, you had a question.
Do you have a concession stand there? So if, somebody forgot something, they could pick it up at your concession stand?
Oh, yeah, we have a really nice general store. It's run by Cindy Smith, who does an excellent job. And so we do have a nice selection of rods and reels, some basic tackle. We have our bait as well, a lot of mealworms and regular worms, some mackerel, and then the floating cheeses.
Okay, we're speaking with Johnathan Skinner. He is Director of Operations for Santee Lakes, located in Santee, which is in the northeastern corner of, San Diego here. And, Johnathan, take us through, after this break over here, I'm going to want to ask you to take us through a typical trip to Santee Lakes. You say there's 7 lakes over there. Let's pretend I've never been there before. We want you to take us through just exactly how we navigate around Santee Lakes. And we're going to do this, though, after this commercial break. You're listening to Rod and Reel Radio on AM 540 and or rodandreelradio.com. Stan, Wendy, and our guest for right now, Johnathan Skinner from Santee Lakes. We'll be back after these messages.
Angler's Arsenal is the serious angler's first choice for hand-poured plastics, McCoy line, Spro products, Gamakatsu hooks, G. Loomis fishing rods, Shimano products, Ovid reels, and just about anything you hear advertised on Rod and Reel Radio. Go to anglersarsenal.com and visit our online tackle store. See the huge selection of Western Plastics hand-poured baits, all at anglersarsenal.com. Angler's Arsenal Tackle Store is conveniently located in La Mesa, just off Interstate 8. Give us a call at 1-800-428-8730.
If you're serious about your fishing, choosing the right tackle is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Izorline makes premium fishing lines including monofilament, Dacron, Spectra, fluorocarbon, battle-tested harnesses, and top angler-tested Izorline tools and accessories. Izorline premium fishing products are created to provide you with the ultimate in strength, dependability, durability, high abrasion resistance, low stretch, and high quality. All Izorline products are 100% guaranteed against manufacturing defects. You just can't buy better value. Izorline will replace or repair at their option. No questions asked if you're not pleased with any of their product. Catch what you've been missing. Quality guaranteed.
It's tuna time, and it's time to reserve your spot on one of the newest boats in the fleet. The 70-foot Sea Adventure 2 is the open party boat at H&M Landing in San Diego and has a roomy, comfortable galley that seats up to 24 passengers with all the comforts of home, including 2 big satellite flat-screen TVs, soda fountain, ice maker, and satellite phone. The huge new bait tank and slammer ensure plenty of bait for everyone, and 2 4-ton refrigerated fish holds, both RSW and blast-free, have plenty of room to keep your catch as fresh as the minute you caught it. Reserve your spot on the Sea Adventure 2 online at hmlanding.com or call H&M Landing at 619-222-1144.
Hi, I'm Tony Gwynn. Why come to El Cajon Ford for your new car or truck? Because nobody sells for less.
Need more room for your family? Come see us at El Cajon Ford for your new Edge, Flex, Escape, or Explorer. All deeper discount price.
Nobody beats El Cajon Ford. And nobody treats you better.
And we work harder to get you the financing you need with prices to fit every budget. We'll get you more for your trade-in, too. And nobody treats you better. Come see us at Broadway and Main. And shop online now at elcajonford.com.
I am a heroic boater, a woman who can do almost anything. I can bait your hook with things too slimy, slippery, or gross to touch. I can reassemble an outboard motor in 18 seconds flat, but I can't let you on the water without a life jacket, because I'm a hero, and keeping you safe is what floats my boat.
Be a hero. Rate your boating safety smarts at BoatCalifornia.com. If it's your boat, it's your responsibility. A message from the Department of Boating and Waterways.
Hi, I'm Hopalong John Cassidy. Since 1994, I've put 315,000 miles on my El Cajon Ford. Thanks to the El Cajon Ford Service Department, I'm still rolling. For price, service, and selection, nobody beats El Cajon Ford. And welcome back to Rod and Reel Radio. Hey, just want to give this quick note. I'm kind of in the market maybe for a new truck. I've got a great 2005 F-150 from El Cajon Ford. It's got 200,000 miles on it, running in great shape, looks beautiful, but right now, went over to El Cajon Ford. They've got a great selection of 2013s, deep discounts, great financing. If you're looking for a 2013 truck, visit El Cajon Ford. And remember, you're not at El Cajon Ford unless the sign on the sign of the building says El Cajon Ford. So give them a call over there, 579-8888, or visit El Cajon Ford at the corner of Broadway and Main. Hey, we are speaking with Johnathan Skinner. He's the Director of Operations for Santee Lakes here in San Diego County. And, Johnathan, I had asked you, if I've never been to Santee Lakes before, I'm coming through the front gate. Tell me exactly the lay of the land and what happens. You got 7 lakes there. How do I ever choose where to go?
Well, the first thing you're going to do as you come in, you're going to see Lake 1. You know, we really thought long and hard about what to call the lakes. We have 1 through 7. So you're going to see Lake 1, absolutely names. Beautiful.
Did you patent those?
Great name.
So as you come in, you're going to come to our gatehouse, and that's manned by our volunteers. We're really unique that we're operated with 60% of our staff are volunteers. So at the gate, you're going to meet one of our volunteers. They're going to, depending on if you're coming in during the week or during the weekends, we have different charges for each one of those. And you're going to ask them which lakes are biting. Typically, we don't stock Lake 1, but we stock lakes 2 through 5, which are for day users. So you can actually buy your fishing permit as some bait at the gatehouse. Then you'll go ahead and select whichever lake that you want to be at. They're very pristine. They're very beautiful. Our staff, who's headed by Brian Haig, does a great job of keeping the shore clear and ready for you to fish. So you'll go ahead and pull up your car, go ahead and unload your gear, cast your line in, and you know what you're going to be doing? You're going to be enjoying the day. You know, whether it's overcast, a little cloudy, or a beautiful sunny day, you have to have a great time at Santee Lakes. You know, the thing I think Wendy was asking about our general store, it's not too far from each one of the lakes, so it's a nice little walk while your line is in the water. Nice little walk up. Get yourself a Slurpee or a soda. We have a fully stocked general store. Head on back and enjoy the day.
But it's a great family experience, too, though, Johnathan, because you want to come in there with the kids. And, yeah, they're gung-ho to go fishing right in the beginning, and Mom and Dad will, help them fish. And after a little while, they want to go do something else. You have a lot of activities there and are expanding the activities at Santee Lakes for family-oriented trips.
Yes, we are. You know, just recently, about a year ago, we finished a huge project where we replaced 3 of our shelters in the park. Our biggest one is on Lake 1. But in addition to that, for the kids, we built a 3-story tall playground. And this playground is really unique in the fact that it's ADA accessible. We also have Braille and Spanish on several of the walls. So not only are they getting a chance to play, they're getting an opportunity to expand their minds. On one of the lakes, between Lake 3 and 4, we actually have some really good playground areas there as well. And we have a sensory garden. So if you're there to fish or you're there to learn about the different kind of foliage we have there, we have a sensory garden that was built by the Lions that we help maintain that gives different kind of activities for people to go.
Wow, that sounds like it's a lot of fun. Now, you also mentioned that there are camping and cabin facilities. How do people go about learning more about this and actually maybe reserving one of these spots on a weekend or a weekday that they might have some time off and want to go do something that's fun?
Well, what I would first tell them to do is go to our new website. It's www.santeelakes.com. On there, we just redesigned it and it has all of our information on our campground. And actually, I'm looking at it, and I'm pretty impressed what our staff has done here. It breaks it down by park. You can look into our fishing, camping, cabins, how to do reservations, and even our special events, because we're known for the special events that we do here at Santee Lakes. It has all the different prices. It also has the ways to reserve. And it also has our phone number on there if you want to call and talk to us in person, which is 619-596-3141.
I have a question.
Now,
whenever I go to San Diego, it's totally different from LA and Orange County. LA and Orange County, our lakes are open every single day. But when you get to San Diego, you have some lakes that are open on Wednesdays, some that are closed, on these certain days. Are you open every day?
We're open 364 days a year. One day we're closed is Christmas, but if you're camping here, the park is still open. But we pride ourselves on being available to the community. We try to be a good community partner, and our facility is open basically dawn to dusk. Right now we're in our November through February time, so Monday through Thursday we're open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we're open at 6 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Johnathan, just to show our listeners that the Santee Lakes isn't just some token fishing hole or a fishing pond, let's just talk about bass fishing, because I know you get a lot of bass fishermen there, especially a lot of the younger fishermen who don't necessarily have boats or partners to go out fishing with. Tell us about some of the catches of bass that you've been witness to in the past couple of seasons.
John, that's a really good question, because I coach over here at the local high school, and some of the kids I know I've coached before, and they're over here. They have their own little bass fishing group, and they've caught some pretty good lunkers. We're looking at anywhere from 6 to 8 pounders. The biggest one that I saw since in my last 2.5 years was about a 10-pounder, and that was in Lake 5. What we ask is, bass is catch and release here. So what we ask is you come over, get it weighed. We'll take a picture of you, put it on our Facebook page, and then put it back in the lake that you got it from. That's one of those fish that we actually do not stock, because our catch and release has been very successful, and the fish have remained healthy.
Now, for the trout, though, is that a put and take? And for the catfish, is that a put and take? You can't take those species out, can you not?
Oh, you can take trout and catfish. You can, and that's absolutely delicious.
Yeah. Now, how do people know what lake to go to? You say you have the volunteers over there. Are they usually armed with enough information so a fisherman, if he's targeting something in particular, he can make an intelligent decision on what lake to go out to?
Well, what we do is we really get them to our general store. The great thing that we have is a couple of our staff, our younger staff, Adam, Jessica, Jacob, and our new staff, I can't remember, Jay. They're anglers themselves, and they're bass fishermen too. And so when they come in, we get the information of where people caught the fish and what they were using. We put that information on our Facebook page and our SanteeLakes.com page. But as they come in, we'll let them know where they've been biting and what they've been biting on.
Yeah, how big is the grounds that encompass Santee Lakes, Johnathan?
All of Santee Lakes is 194 acres, and that's from tip to end, and that includes our day use area, which is very large, our camping area, and we also have 3 large RV storage areas that has 4 acres of solar panels that help generate 50% of our electricity.
Now, you have all kinds of great things happening there at Santee Lakes, but you're also telling us now that you have a master plan that is coming along, and Santee Lakes is scheduled to be even better than it is now.
Oh, yeah. You can always improve, and we've been going like gangbusters, but this master plan, what's it's going to do is going to enhance the things that we already have. As I mentioned before, we've been around 53 years. There's some things in here that we need to take care of as far as the infrastructure, but we want to bring in a new crowd of people. We want to bring in more campers and more anglers. So we're looking at, repairing some of the shoreline that we've had, repairing some of the roads that go throughout the lakes. Also looking at doing some expansion of our camping opportunities, and bringing in some other ancillary recreational programs to get us to that next level. You mentioned before about being a world-class facility and being a destination location. Those are the kind of things that we look at. We want to make sure that any angler, any camper, any day use person that comes here is looking at our world-class facility as not only the facility itself, but the customer service that we have, that if they come from Santa Barbara or from Orange County, they make Santee Lakes one of their destination locations when they're in San Diego.
And, and any caliber of fishermen, whether they be square one or they be even one of the pro anglers that want to come fish, they can fish there. But I'm pretty sure there is no water contact there, or bodily water contact at Santee Lakes. It's all shore fishing, is it not?
It's all shore fishing, yeah. And with that, you can. I took a look on myself when I came here. Is look on YouTube and look at Santee Lakes, California. There's so many anglers who are doing their own videos about the fishing here and how incredible it is.
Oh, it's a beautiful setting too. A lot of wildlife. The lakes are beautiful. The surrounding areas there. Johnathan Skinner, Director of Operations for Santee Lakes. Again, if we want to find out more about Santee Lakes, we've never been there or anything like that, want to see a lot of the ancillary attractions Santee Lakes has to offer besides fishing, how's the best way to go about doing that?
Best way is santeelakes.com, www.santeelakes.com, or give us a call at 619-596-3141.
All right. Johnathan Skinner, Director of Operations, Santee Lakes, thanks a lot for cluing us in on really something that's a beautiful gem in northeastern San Diego. We appreciate you taking the time to be with us, Johnathan.
Thanks so much, John, Wendy, and Stan. You guys take care.
All right.